Testing. Can you guys hear me right now? Oh, Teresa with a super chat. That's going to cover coffees tonight. You already doing this? Are we ready to go? Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, we're just on repeat. Okay, we'll do that. You can hear me? All right. Well, then let's get this thing started. Ladies and gentlemen of Bachelor Nation, let's get into it. It's finale day. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Dave Neal, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News, and we have a nice pre-show live stream for you today. That's right. Your boy, straight out of the shower. Let's get it. How's everyone doing? All right, we're going to play some trailers. We're going to talk about tonight's episode. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with being a fan of Bachelor Nation? It just says on my page that I have no viewers, but I know I have more than none. I know we have all those guys. So why don't you guys do me a favor? Leave a comment, hit the like button. Tell me where you're tuning in. Yeah, see, it still says there's 225 people waiting. Today, that's right. Oh, no, I'm live. I'm live, baby. You guys are all here? Hey, if you guys say you're here and my software says you're not, this kind of feels like one of those Sixth Sense moments where, am I dead? Is this how it all goes down? 233 people in the chat. All right, well, let's get into it. There it is. I see you guys. All right. Very well. We have a lot to talk about today, but at the same time, not very much as it stands. If you've been skimping on the show, we've got Gabby and Katie fighting for the final spot of Zach Shallcross's heart, and we will cross off another lackluster at best season of The Bachelor. I mean, you know me, I'm not one to just trash the show, but I really don't feel like it's going to be that interesting tonight, to be quite honest. So, hey, how are you? Sarah from Harrisburg. Good to see you. Anastasia in California. David checking in from New Mexico. Let's see if we can get 50 Davids from 50 different or 50 different states. That would be nice. Who else do we have here? Layla's there. Susan, the regulars. Kim in Rhode Island. Good to see you. Carolyn. So many folks. All right, well, we'll wait a few minutes and we'll play some trailers for you guys. You know what I'll do once we get going is I'll play my trailer for my conversation with Reality Steve. As you guys know, I've been pimping for Steve.
I don't care if you think I'm pimping for Dave.
But we had a nice phone call. Oh, it looks like I was, let's see, somebody liked my story with Katie. Let's see, Katie. Oh, no, I have the wrong person here. Kayla. Okay, I'm just reading some of your comments here. We've got a lot of love and support for my chat with Reality Steve. The trailer was so well received that they shared it on Reddit. And you guys know me. I mean, I can't get anybody to share my stuff on Reddit unless it's like, problematic. So they shared a non-problematic post. So let's go to it right now. I'll share this with you guys as we sort of ramp up the season here and the final evening. So this was my photo I took with Reality Steve. This was the moment that he found out what the spoiler was. I'm not going to share any spoilers, but this was the moment he found out the spoiler that Rhea has. Let's just put it this way. There's and I'm not going to share any of it. I'm just here to tell you. There's 3 different people that say 3 different women, quote unquote, won. And by one, I mean either finish the season with Zach or are with Zach now. Only one will be right. We'll see how it all plays out. Here's the trailer for my conversation with Reality Steve, which, by the way, is available in its entirety here on Patreon. So if you go to Patreon and sign up, you can see the full kind of widescreen version of this. It's there only for Patreon members. And this was literally the moment we met. I recorded the moment we met, as you like to do. So I plan on doing Driving with Daves with other alumni from the show. You guys know I don't have like a proper studio space for live interviews. So I figured, you know what? I'll do them this way. But anyway, with that said, here's the trailer for today's... Is my dog making a lot of noise outside? I might have to go let my dog in. Here's the trailer. I'm going to play this and let my dog in. Here's the trailer for today's podcast that you can listen to at Bachelor Rush Hour.
It works in the spoiler game. I have something that no one else on the internet can provide, so I definitely can monetize this, and I did. Bachelor thing just kind of fell into my lap. When I was in college, I was never thinking like, man, my goal is to be the Bachelor spoiler guy. That's where Reality Steve brand was built.
Did you know in the back of your head if this doesn't work out?
I could go back to my dad, yeah. I knew I could. We were selling blankets, throws, pillows, comforters. I was making a few thousand a month, and I'm like, okay, this is enough in 2011.
What percentage of your sources are repeat customers versus random out of the blue?
I'd say 90% are random out of the blue. Really, only my mother even follows what I do. My dad, I don't think, has listened to one podcast I've ever done.
Stay tuned for the origin story of Reality Steve, only on Bachelor Rush Hour podcast.
What up? This feels like a prostitution pickup.
It could be. It could be. All right. All right. So anyway, that interview is available at Bachelor Rush Hour. We've already kind of hit a ton of views. We've already passed our daily number, and it's only 4:10 p.m. West Coast time. So that's going to rack up a lot of downloads. Excuse me. Mac Lang in the comment section said, "I'm from Holland, but traveling through Australia right now, and next week Bali." Well, hey, you know this. I finally just got over my sunburn. My skin's finally peeling from my trip to Bali. I don't know if you guys knew I went to Bali for 2 weeks. I don't know if I was able to mention it. Vancouver's in the house. Very nice. New Zealand is in the house, so we're all over the place. I had someone in South Africa tell me, "Please, Dave, can you get your recaps up the night of the episode? That way I can watch them because it's morning where I live." Could you? And I appreciate the request. Could you imagine if I was trying to get my recaps up to service the 7 people that listen in South Africa? Now, no offense to our South African audience. We love our I just got a downvote for that. I love our South African audience, but your boy needs his sleep. Now, if there was some crazy breaking news that had to be brought to you the night of the episode, then maybe I could get it there. But I've got Denise in Central Iowa that I got to take care of. Brittany in Washington, very nice. Nebraska's in the house. Olga, very good. Oh, Chloe in Fort Myers, I think that's what it was. So many people. So let's do this. Let's play a couple trailers for tonight's episode. Let's go over here. We'll play a few trailers. That'll help me catch my breath. And let's see. Let's see if they dropped us anything new. Doesn't look like it. It looks like they've only got their 2 trailers they've been sharing. I tell you what, let's go down the list and start playing these. I think we have 5 total videos, maybe 6. Here we go.
Too late.
He leaves with me or he leaves with Gabby.
Make the decision. I won't be meeting Zach's family.
This is so painful. How does this happen?
Coming up.
Made mistakes.
Okay.
Is it too late?
We've got a longer version of that trailer we'll play in a moment, but let's just go through our trailer list here. Here's Sweaty Katie. She says, "Someone could have done me a solid and tossed me a napkin to wipe that sweat off my face." Oh, I don't know. There's something about a nice humidity that's great for the skin.
My family, they're the ones I've been talking about nonstop.
Yes, literally nonstop.
Katie, would you like to go talk?
Yes, absolutely.
Having my family get one-on-one time to speak with Katie is really important for me. I need my family to ask the hard questions.
I just want to get to know you a little bit, your adventures, what you think about Zach.
He is an amazing guy.
He's got a lot to offer.
We haven't had like the smoothest ride. I mean, there is another woman here too.
That's what I was gonna ask. How do you?
Yeah. So
how do you process that? Because that is got, especially as a female, got to be a difficult thing to process.
Like it's not. God, sorry.
It's okay.
There are 2 scenarios here, and that's either he leaves with me or he leaves with Gabby. Somebody at the end of this is gonna get hurt.
Coming up tonight. Okay, so trying to read. So apparently, well, what can I tell you? Oh, a commenter said, excuse me, someone had asked me to show you the dog. Here's the thing. This is kind of sad, like, because a lot of you guys have been around for so long. He's healthy, but he's also getting old. And I remember the last time I picked the dog up to show audience, he's fine, but he just doesn't love the feeling. He doesn't love being picked up. His back hurts a lot. He does a really good job, our dog, of not complaining about it. He just moves very slow, and he's had a rough couple days here, but he's doing okay. Last night we had a health scare. We thought he ate a piece of glass. It's a whole thing. Tasha, my wife, dropped tomato sauce in the jar, and it shattered, and it went splattering right by the dog, and he tried to lick it up, and I jumped off the couch to stop him, and he ended up sort of like biting me, but not breaking skin, but he didn't. I like literally startled him, but I was trying to make sure there's no glass in his mouth, and it was just like, then we were just like watching his every move. I'm like, I can't have kids because I can't imagine how tough it would be to have kids, and like every time they go poo-poos, you're like, oh, are they okay? And that's how we are with the dog, because unfortunately, the older a dog gets, he's got like a little bump on his head that might be, I don't know if it's a tumor or just a growth, and we're going to have it checked out. But he's 14, and these are just the type of things that happen. So I don't mean to say any of that to bum people out, but that's what, he's not as spry as he used to be. But he's doing okay. So thank you guys for asking. Yeah, definitely no spoilers in the chat. I don't know if there were any. I'm just making sure you guys know. The moderators know if anyone comments any spoilers, just block them, ban the person, and then we will get them back in the chat later. Sometimes it's accidental, but just letting everyone know. Well, here's the good thing. Regardless of how the show ends at 10 p.m. East Coast tonight, the first 2 hours, it is anybody's game at the live after show. We already know relationships almost never work out on the show, and we're going to be looking at what might go down because the real season begins. The real season begins about tonight. The season begins when contestants are allowed to post together and do all these other things. So we will get more information. So even if you have been spoiled or you haven't, trust me when I say none of it matters until tonight. But again, we still operate in a no spoiler zone. All right, let's go to where did they go? Our other trailers here. That was Katie's hometown. We don't know if Gabby's going to get a hometown or not.
I feel like for Zach and I, it's been a very natural progression. He gets me, and I think I get him. I do definitely have a lot of confidence in what a life could look like between the two of us.
How are you?
Gorilla said it ends at 11 tonight. Yes, so my point being is that 10 o'clock is when we'll have the finale, who, quote unquote, Zach picks or gets dumped by or whatever happens. Then at 10 o'clock East Coast, then we have the live after show on the TV, on the programs, on the network, on the boob tube, and then that's an hour long. And then at 11 p.m. East Coast, 8 p.m. Pacific, we will have my after show. And we're going to do a little like subscriber-thon where if enough people subscribe, I'll make the live after show longer. So we'll get into that later.
Feeling?
Like I'm nervous, to be completely honest. And I don't know I know this is not what you want to hear, but it's like I'm so torn. Like it's the biggest decision of my life.
Real close up on the nipple there. Could they have not cropped around the nipple?
And I don't know where like fully I'm going to be in 2 days, but it's like I feel so good that the right thing.
Here's the camera guy. This is the camera guy. The camera guy goes, that's a good shot. This is what NYU School of Film will get you. Just a nice areola to the eyelid.
Is going to happen.
I'm starting to really get in my head. I was doing just fine until he was like, I have a very tough decision to make. We'll make the decision. I'm sick of self-doubt. I'm sick of feeling like I don't know if I'm enough. I just think that if Zach knew how he felt about me, he'd say it.
Coming up tonight on The Bachelor. Meredith Jackson says, how does everyone feel about The Bachelorette new time? Of course, Bachelorette is going to be starting at 9 p.m. East Coast this new season. I'll tell you what, Bachelorette is going to air, starting in June? Do I have that right? It's summertime. You're at barbecues. The more I think about it, I know people are going to go like, well, I have book club at 6 a.m. the next day. Shut up, Rebecca. I'm just trying to think of a new name. And Teresa says the new time sucks. So it's the summertime. And in the summertime, people, the sun goes down later and people are doing other things. So my question here is, will there be a different are there different FCC regulations based on broadcast time? Because if that is the case, then that'll be very interesting. Because like after a certain hour, you can do certain things. This might be a bad article. Let's see here. Because like at nighttime after 10 p.m. they can say things. Either way, I don't have that information off the top of my head, so we'll have to come back to it. I did have a Katie Thurston interview. I might be covering this in a separate video, but let's hear her. She talked about John Hersey here. She actually, Katie's been, and this is what we love, because you don't always get someone's true feelings about a subject until years go by when they're not trying to protect the other. But obviously, Katie and John were trying to protect each other. You could imagine, like I said, like most people do after a relationship breakup. But here she is on Two Jews, One Gay, and I think they call it One Gay because they're both bisexual. So I think I don't know how gay math works, but I guess 2 bisexuals equals 1 gay. This is their logic, not mine. I'm not saying that. I would think 2 bisexuals would equal 4 gays, but I'm just, multiply. I'm not good with my numbers. But either way, here's Katie, and here's what she has to say.
Oh, really?
I do.
So does my sister. Specifically
Yeah?
Koreans.
Yeah.
We've got Korean
Oh, this is okay. So she said she likes Asian men. That's what Katie said.
food yesterday, and I grew up with a lot of Koreans.
Yeah,
so my sister really loves Korean men.
Yeah, I think Asian men are
She's getting
so
married
hot.
to a 6'4" white guy, but
in
another life.
Chloe with a $5 super chat, previously from Vermont, still can't believe he didn't like maple syrup. Hey Chloe, yeah, that's the problem. It's almost like not liking a traditional Italian lasagna because you've only had Olive Garden before. You know, last night I was looking at syrup that I say that in quotes because most syrup is high fructose corn syrup. Maple syrup's different. It's got like a thinner viscosity to it. And if you've never had maple syrup, maybe, but yeah, he likes the artificial stuff. Okay, so maybe, I was going to make a artificial joke about Katie, but we're not going there, folks. We're not doing it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're just like, yes.
Yeah. So we dated, but it only lasted like 6 months. Like we lived together. Like we were on like the fast track. I bought this motherfucker a van.
Whoa.
Why'd you buy him a van?
Now, John Hersey did pay Katie back for the van. If I were John, I would be annoyed. I'd be like, all right, when you tell people you bought me a van, can you at least tell them that I had a payment plan to pay you back? You know what I mean? If I were John, I would be like if my ex was like, oh my gosh, Dave never paid rent. I'd be like, well, okay, I missed rent payment, but I paid you back. Like, it's not perfect, but it's like,
I had money and I loved him. I don't know.
Oh my God, that's so nice of you.
I like my women like I like my maple syrup. Real. Can you imagine I get in trouble? Dave's, what would it be? Dave's problematic against fake women. Dave says he prefers real women. That's a fake women misogyny.
For what? Why did he need a van?
Well, because he wanted to be like a travel.
Van life.
You supported a van lifer?
Look,
that's
love. You're selfless and you support.
Now, this is a cool podcast. They only have, they look new here. They are using lavalier mics, but this is the problem with lavalier mics and I have some right here. I bought these. They're a couple $100. They're just not great quality. And I feel like they've also got low quality. If you want like a high quality lavalier mic, they're like $1,000. But honestly, they make such a difference. So anyway, the sound is totally fine, but it's not like how you would expect like someone with a lavalier mic on a news program to listen.
All their dreams and goals.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's so nice.
I don't know that I would ever, no matter how much I love
it was
someone,
a mistake.
I will say the benefactor and I moved in after 3 weeks, which is crazy. But sometimes it can work. You know what I mean?
Well,
like I'm not anti-moving fast.
Yeah,
because
you literally can't be.
Because if it works out, you're like, oh, that was so romantic. If it doesn't work out, you're like, well, no shit, it didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's like either way.
As long as there aren't kids involved, and like.
Yeah.
You have the finances to make it work, like moving fast.
This Chrissy goes, Seinfeld, these are real and they're spectacular. That's how I feel about my teeth. Anyway, I've actually got enough fillings that maybe they're not real. Speaking of fillings, all right, here. So let's see. Do we get through all the, we'll play some more Katie here. I just, sometimes it's nice to help me catch up. How many people do we have in the chat? It's still not showing up on my end. How many people are hanging out right now? Make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm actually going to pull up, if you give me a second here, the subscriber tally, and we're going to set a goal for tonight's live stream. And I've heard some people say, Dave, why can't you do live streams for the West Coast? Well, if we get enough subscribers tonight, I am pledging to do a West Coast live stream. What I might do is do like a extended East Coast, then maybe take an hour off and then maybe come back for the West Coast. I'm not entirely sure which I'm going to do, but let's do this here. Here's where we're at right now, 66 to 46. And again, I have to go over my head what number it is, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to say we need like 100 subscribers. And then anyone who joins Patreon, I'm going to count that as 10 subscribers. And anyone who donates a super chat, I'm going to count each one of those. So if someone gives $10 super chat, I'll count that as 10 subscribers. And if we get enough, we'll do a West Coast live stream as well, which I know doesn't make too much sense because you might be like, Dave, how come if the East Coast promotes us, then it supports the West Coast, whatever. We're just trying a few new things to jumpstart the channel. You know what I mean? We're going into a little bit of a quiet time right now, but I have to tell you, if you want to join and maybe I can post a link, but if you want to join the podcast, you can stream it right now. You just go to this website and you just hit the button right here and it immediately will stream today's episode. might have a commercial or two in it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Monday, March 27th. It's Bachelor finale day today. That's right, we got a full preview for tonight's episode of The Bachelor. All this and more coming to you right now on Bachelor Rush Hour. All right, so that's your promo, your preview, and of course, in this chat,
realize what they were getting into by saying
we had Reality Steve. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to post a link to this, and then you guys can hold on to that link. But if you're on your iPhones, I actually recommend the easiest thing you can do is just go on your iPhone to your podcast app and search Bachelor Rush Hour. That's probably the best thing that you could do. But either way, let me pin this comment real quick, and then we will I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish playing the Katie Thurston bit, then I'll pin the comment, and then I'll read some of your comments.
Yeah.
And
the worst thing that happens, you crash and burn.
Also, I'm not I'm not a 23-year-old. You know what I mean? I'm 28.
Well, and I'm 32, so that puts me in a really weird phase now where I'm like, I am trying to date very intentionally, but I don't know where that fits in.
Yeah, you don't know what that means.
So I've dated people from reality TV. I've dated famous people. I should say gone on dates. Let's not give me that. But then I'm like, but also do I just want a normal person?
Right.
And then there's the whole conversation of dating a comic, Because in some ways,
how do you feel about that?
I'm conflicted because I know the general statement is don't date a comic because in some ways you guys are coworkers,
They always say that.
But
it's different than.
But
you're exposed to them so much, and if it goes bad, it complicates.
Yeah,
your
it's
day-to-day.
who calls dibs on Madhouse versus ACC? You know?
I've never dated a comic. Samantha is involved with a comic.
All right, so they're talking about dating comedians here.
It's hard.
All right, so anyway, I just wanted to pin that comment right there. I don't have a producer. So I heard someone said something funny here. Celeste says, I love my maple syrup like my men. Thick, rich, and smooth, baby. How about sticky? Do you like sticky men? Because maple syrup will get you. Alrighty then, very nice. We like a good maple syrup rant. Where did we leave our last one here? Did we play this one? I don't know.
I've made mistakes. Both Katie and Gabby are still upset with me. Is it too late? I'm in love with both of them.
He leaves with me or he leaves with Gabby.
Make the decision.
I'm torn. The fact that I don't know freaks me out.
Somebody at the end of this is gonna get hurt.
Can we chat before we go?
I won't be meeting Zach's family.
This is so painful. How does this happen?
Coming up tonight on The Bachelor. Now, okay, someone, B. Bean says, don't date a comic. WTF, Katie? Yeah, I mean, with comedy, if you're a comedian dating another comedian, it's tough because, first of all, when a relationship doesn't work out, then you have to be on the same show with them. Willie Billy with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Willie Billy. You guys are crushing it right now. Much appreciated. So point being is it can be tough to date a comic. It can also be tough because comedians... and I speak obviously from experience, 11 years doing stand-up, it can be financially very difficult because in stand-up, like most creative arts, you don't get paid until you're the CEO. Meaning, if you are an artist who specializes in oil paintings, you're not going to quote-unquote get paid till your paintings are good enough to command money. Now, you might make something here or there, but regular income in the creative world usually doesn't come until you've mastered some sort of aspect of the industry, which can make it very tough to be having two poor comedians dating. Not to say that would be the case with Katie, but then you break up with someone. I mean, imagine if John Hersey were a comedian and they broke up and now they got to see each other on the same stand-up shows. Ugh, you know what I mean? Oy vey. All right, let's go to our final trailer of the night.
Today is a massive day. It's the biggest day of my life.
It's a big day. It's the biggest day of all the days. This day is so big. You've never seen a day this big.
My heart has been yanked in two directions.
Today, I am left heartbroken or going to be engaged to someone really amazing and special to me.
I think Zach and I could have a great life together.
But...
Oh, I lost it. Hold on. Oh, boy. Hold on. Countdown. I've tried to do this all discreetly. Hold on a second. Oh, boy. Everyone can see what I'm doing. This is a disaster. Don't go away.
He has to decide who he wants to live it with.
If he got down on one knee and proposed to me, it would change my life forever. But it's very scary, the thought that he's falling in love with Gabby too.
I've caused pain. I've made mistakes. And I have to share with someone very special to me that it can't be us. I just hope that it's all worth it.
Yeah, you heard that. Zach said his heart was yanked. And I have to tell you, not to be dirty here because it's not Fantasy Suite Week, but I feel like the heart gets yanked when something else gets yanked. Okay, folks, come on. If you're good at yanking things, the heart may be something that gets yanked. Is my point. If you're bad at yanking, if you're like, I don't know, if you yank too hard, then your heart might not get yanked. Do you guys understand? I'm not yanking your chain, but that might have been, whatever. Okay. All right, well, they don't all lead to somewhere. I will discuss, I'm going to lay off, someone had mentioned the Chicks in the Office spoiler. I am going to lay off commenting on it because it'll be a lot easier on the after the final rose to comment on their spoiler. But I will say this, I believe it's hilariously wrong. It's like, have you ever seen golf? You ever seen someone with bad form who can't swing well? If someone tries to swing a golf, if someone tries to swing this is a bad analogy. If someone tries to swing a golf club super hard, almost like Happy Gilmore style, really wind up and swing, chances are it's going to be completely a really bad shot. But every once in a while you hit it right and it's a bomb. And I feel that way about the Chicks in the Office spoiler in that, and don't say anything, but chances are it is so wrong. But if it's right, it's going to be the wildest thing in the world. I don't believe if I had $1,000 and I had to bet, do I believe Reality Steve? Do I believe Bachelor whatever? Or do I believe Chicks in the Office? Personally, based on the statistics, I put 100% of my bet onto the Reality Steve because I'm that certain that would be the right bet. But do I think something happens that will make all of their spoilers completely moot? Possibly. All right, so what else do we have in the Bachelor world? I mean, there's really not much else to say. It's been B-Beans... B-Bean, you're so funny. Said, will a wrong spoiler cancel Chicks in the Office? No, no, not at all. They just won't. They just don't do spoilers. But that's not me going out on a limb for Reality Steve. I mean, he's just the guy who does that. That's what he does. He does the spoiler game. Let's see what we have here. Let's see if Gabby's posted. Gabby, okay, today's the finale, and Gabby has not posted. Her last post was 5 days ago when she did a solidarity post with Ariel and Katie Big R. And then her last post before that was 1 week ago where she says, "Ha ye," which I believe is appropriating cowboy culture. But what do I know? There she is with some other cowgirls doing the thing, the John Legend hat. Oh, women are... Let me tell you something about the ladies. I know we have a majority lady audience, so don't get your cowboy hats all wrinkled here. But ladies... Oh, what you love a good cowgirl hat. When you find the right cowgirl hat, oh my God, you know what I mean? Love a good cowgirl hat, but you want to not too low because you don't want your fake eyelashes to hit the sunroof of the hat because then you smudge it and it's a whole thing. Oh, actually, speaking of eyelashes, or I should say, yeah, eyelashes here. I think we have a, what's her name again? Madison Prewett. I think Madison Prewett has a new Get Ready With Me church edition. Let's have a watch.
I do my makeup in the car.
By the way, immediately, great audio. Let me tell you something. If praying to God gives you good audio, then please can the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast get down on their knees? You know what I mean?
I end up liking it so much better. I'm going to church this morning. Grant works at the church, so
she's doing the contouring, which I'm working on a new bit. So you guys probably saw this, not to make it all about me, but or on my channel. But I did this bit. Katie Thurston actually did the same stand-up show that I did, but I was in San Diego, and there's this show, and you can see here from what's in my hands. You pull out of a hat, read a question, and then immediately need an answer to it. So here's my response to wearing too much makeup. I'm not saying Maddie's wearing too much makeup. I don't know. I'm just saying here's my response to people that I believe are overdoing it.
Dating on the apps getting more difficult. I'll tell you why.
So the question was, why is dating on the apps getting more difficult?
Ladies, you want to know? You fucking contour the shit out of your faces, okay? What the fuck are you doing with your faces? I watched a Get Ready With Me on... I didn't even know what a Get Ready With Me on TikTok was. This chick, she's like, get ready with me. I was like, are you a performer in The Lion King on Broadway? Her nose is white. She just looked like Jigsaw from, you know what I mean?
And I added to the joke, her nose is white, her cheeks are red. She looks like Jigsaw from the movie Saw, which, by the way, is also about trapping women. That's a tag I added.
And then she just took a sponge, and next thing you know, she's J-Lo. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't know why he wouldn't call me back. I'll tell you why. The rain hit you, and you saw a different woman. I don't know.
And then Asto Kisi wrote, yikes, misogyny. And then I was like, what part's misogyny? And she said, she kind of went back and forth. But, misogyny is the hatred for women.
I was complaining to my wife about contouring the other day. She goes,
But look at this. Even in my own crowd work, in the back of my head, I said, you know what? Let's have let's make fun of men as well, just so that we don't get called misogynistic in the comment section. But apparently, this person didn't watch far enough.
What, you guys have facial hair. That's the male contour.
So women, women, and it's so hack to be like, women be this, men be that. Women will contour and use makeup to show off themselves to the men, and men will trim their beard to make it look like they have a jaw. Neither one's right or wrong. We're just calling things out.
I don't have a chin, but we can just make it look a certain way. The other way of male contouring is shaving down to the bone of our dick. That's the... You guys put...
By the way, shaving down to the bone of our dick doesn't even make sense, but it's a funny line.
Some weird things on your face, and we just shave to make our dick look a little bit bigger. If you see a guy with a waxed crop circle on the base of his dick, that's contouring for the guy. So.
All right, an audience full of women laughed, but I guess it's misogynistic, but that's okay with me. Anyway, here's Maddie.
He's already there. Never thought he would be a pastor, but here we are in Waco, Texas. We literally have cows in our backyard. I knew I wanted to do ministry. I just truly had no idea what that would look like. I never imagined that I would have opportunities to speak about my faith because of going on The Bachelor. When I came off The Bachelor, I had so many churches reaching out saying they wanted me to come and speak at their church. Kind of how I got into doing ministry. My weeks usually consist of writing, preparing for messages, writing for my book, brands, doing brand deals. The job is very fulfilling and purposeful. I love being a part of something so much bigger than myself, telling people about Jesus. Even though I grew up in a Christian home, I didn't really choose to go all in with my faith really until college. I actually graduated Auburn University at the same time that I graduated Bible college. I wanted to spend the rest of my life telling people about Jesus. Lipstick and mascara makes all the difference. Finish it with a gloss. Now I need to go inside and fix my hair and take this off my eyelids and get dressed. Hey, we are off to the church. Thanks for getting ready with me.
All right, so there it is. Hey, look, no comment from me. I have nothing against. Look, I'll say this. I have nothing against humans. This isn't a gender-specific thing. I have nothing against humans trying to conform to societal standards. A lot of times when women will do makeup, they'll go, oh, it's actually because of the patriarchy, because we're trying to please the men. I don't know, maybe, fine, sure. I'm just letting you know. God made us in his image, and God didn't have contouring. I think I should include that in the bit. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. God made us in his image, and he didn't have contouring. Although he did do a get ready with me. It was called the 7 days, right? Was it the 7 days? What's that? I don't remember the Bible. Don't leave, folks. Come on, we're coming back. I can be saved. All right. Boom. Let me tell you something. If you've ever been to church in Los Angeles, people get it up for the church. And by get it up, I mean I didn't mean it like that. People get. I mean. Church in LA is like the dresses, the suits, the tailored outfits. I mean, people are looking good in LA. So Maddie Prewett turned 27 years young. She's celebrating in front of her stone mansion there. No shame in the game. She married into a billionaire's family and a billionaire's mansion they have. Maybe they're not at their home. Maybe this is just at some place, like some castle. I don't know. I shouldn't assume they're at a home. So they're celebrating and then going to see Luke Combs. So they've got Luke Combs, and then this is where... See, okay, yeah. She can touch his face, but he's not going to touch hers because, if he smudges it, you know what I mean? All right, we're not trying to... I feel like I'm not trying to go off the rails here. I'm just saying, there they are. We're fishing for... So now, this is where I get jealous. And she's like, babe, you don't even look at me the way you look at Shania Twain. This girl over here is not happy. But they're in some sort of, or maybe she's chilly. I don't know, folks. She's got like a denim mini dress on. That's cool. They're in these suites here because they're, they're in the, nice, suites that you get to use the nice bathrooms and stuff. Which, by the way, Leanna Sawyer says, can you be saved, Dave? I think I'm saving myself right now. I think I'm in the middle of saving myself. I think the church, by the, to answer your probably rhetorical question, saved in the sense that I'm going to start going to church on Sundays, not anytime soon, but I think we do a good job of spreading love in our kind of way. I think that's what we're trying to do here. I thought I heard my dog, but he's okay. All right, so let's see what else we have in the Bachelor world. If anyone has any... Bachelor Instagrams we need to go over. I did actually, you know what we'll do? Let's see. Is this new? Charity. Here's Charity.
I mean, you are the next Bachelorette. Have you gotten used to that yet?
It is insane to say. I feel like the more I say it, it sinks in a little bit more. But I mean, I think after getting night one in the books, I mean, that definitely kind of allowed me to sit in the role of truly feeling like the Bachelorette, and it was a good one.
It doesn't get more real than night one, you know what I'm saying? So overall, how you feeling? I see you smiling.
Yes, I'm a little giddy. Yeah. Definitely smitten, but I will say I should say, a good batch of boys, so...
Did you have any nerves or hesitation?
By the way, just as I won't pin anyone's comments because I don't want to call anyone out, but wishing I'll stop bashing Christians. Can we do a replay? What part of my rant on Maddie Prewett was bashing Christians? I think I made fun of a billionaire. I think I made fun of makeup a little bit, not really. I don't understand. If anyone could line item tell me where I just bashed Christians, I would like to hear that. Oh, if I made a joke, God made us in his image and he didn't have contouring, I think that's a fucking funny line. And I don't think that's bashing any religion whatsoever because I don't even think God belongs to a religion. Religion's man-made. God is more of a spiritual thing that we identify within the religion. But of course, multiple religions all kind of have the same God. So I think it doesn't matter what league we play in. We're all taking bats and swinging. Does this make any sense whatsoever? Probably as little as a comment bashing Christians. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. We went from 1 downvote to 3. So maybe I can be saved. Diane says, stop with the God jokes. No. And I recommend never telling me what to do.
Going into this journey, and did they kind of go away now that you've met all the guys?
Yeah, I definitely came in with, a little alarms wanting to go off, but you have your things that you're looking for, and I don't know if I'm going to get that, but I think after getting to meet all the guys already, definitely will say that they're easing their way out. The nerves are. So
it feels like it was worth it then.
Definitely was worth it.
Because you do kind of have to risk it for the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? For the love.
Risk it for the biscuit. I've never. What is that as sexual as I think it is? Is risk it for the biscuit sexual? B-Bean says, what are you saving yourself for, Dave? I don't even know. It depends what, I mean, I'm not really saving myself for anything. I don't know what the term saving, I don't know what you mean. But Dave Neal needs Jesus. That might be a merchandise shirt. Just me or Dave Neal needs Jesus. Hey, look, I was raised Catholic. I don't know if you got the memo. And when you're raised Catholic, after you go to catechism, they say, now you're allowed to criticize religion. And by the way, I wasn't even doing that. I wasn't even criticizing religion, Courtney. Come on. But this is the problem when you even bring up religion, is that on one end, you were just saying like, oh, it's so exciting to be here. And then on the other, you've taken your religion and battled my comedy as if it's one versus the other. Plenty of Christians come to my shows and laugh, guys. You can too. Plenty of Christians join the Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. It actually gets very tiring for people when they go, oh my gosh, why did this turn into a Christianity thing? It didn't have to. All I did was pull up somebody's Get Ready With Me. It just so happened she was heading to church. All right, anyway, so let's, is there more to this clip here?
Just for a little bit, yeah. We gotta risk a little, yeah.
So, how surprised were you when they picked you to be the next Bachelorette?
Oh, I had no idea that it was going to be me. I was totally shocked. I was fortunate to be in collaboration with a lot of other amazing girls, so I had no idea that, it would have been me. And so when I was told, honestly, I knew then like my life was going to change for the better. But I'm so grateful and so fortunate to be here.
All right. Okey-do. Ashley says, Dave, as a Christian, Christians are overly sensitive. I'll tell you this. I'm going to start going to church just so you guys will let me discuss religion. Which, by the way, I mean, I go to church once in a while. If I'm home with my family and they're like, Dave, will you come to church? I'm not going to not go to church. I'm not going to not get communion, and I'm not going to not do all those things. This isn't even a conversation about religion. But yeah, anyway, it's funny though when I make a YouTube video where and by the way, just so we're clear, if I'm bashing, say, billionaires, that's not me bashing Christians. That's me bashing people who say that they have Christian values, but then don't act on those values. So that's like me saying, if somebody's going to hold up the bar of moral superiority, like we have to, like if you're say voting for politicians that are doing not Christian-like things, then I think it's easy to call you out, because it's like, if you're a Christian, shouldn't you denounce somebody who's doing something that's not of the same value that you wish to have? And I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of Christians. Oh, now we're getting there, is that they actually won't stand up against people that are adulterous. You know who I'm talking about. People that are doing things that are, they'll do a lot of whataboutisms. Well, what about these people? It's like, well, are you a Christian or not? Are you going to walk bravely with your faith? And if so, denounce billionaires, because all billionaires got there by profiting off of a lot of lower class and lower middle class people. That's not a Christian thing to do. The Christian thing to do would be to help out your neighbor because he's sick. Not just the neighbor who lives next to you, but the neighbor who lives in South Central, the neighbor who lives in Koreatown, the neighbor who lives in Monterey Park or Uptown in Harlem. So we have this idea that, I helped out some, I went to it. It's like, no, it's not about helping the people that are in your gated community. And I'm not saying anyone in the comment section doesn't do that. I'm saying when you think I'm bashing Christians, chances are I'm bashing the people that are grifting. We got one more downvote. Can we get 5 downvotes? Get out. But you understand my point? So if I'm bashing someone, it's because I feel like they're shaming others. They're not living up to the superior standards they set, and all these other things. And I think I've got the receipts to prove all of that. Okay, is this clip still going?
I mean, you are the next Bachelorette. Have you gotten used to that yet?
It is insane to say. I feel like the more I say it, it sinks in a little bit more. But I mean, I think after getting night one in the books, I mean, that definitely like kind of allowed me to sit in the role of truly feeling like the Bachelorette, and it was a good one.
It doesn't get more real than night one, you know what I'm saying? So overall, how you feeling? I see you smiling.
Yes, I'm a little giddy. Yeah. Definitely smitten, but I will say I should say, a good batch of boys. So.
Did you have any nerves or hesitations going into this journey, and did they kind of go away now that you've met all the guys?
Yeah, I definitely came in.
Is this, by the way, is this just repeating? I can't tell. Dahlia gave a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Dahlia. Actually, there's more super chats coming in. I'm just going to try to get to them as quick as I can. So just remember, for tonight's after show, we're going to need to do our best to keep it as calm as possible. I'm going to ask tonight's after show, by the way, just a heads up to the moderators. I don't know. We have Jen, Bruce. By all means, no pressure to anybody who's out there as far as like making sure you're at the live stream. If you're a moderator, come as you are. We love all of you, but no pressure to be here because it might be a long one tonight. But with that said, there is usually a lot of spamming that happens on the after show because I think trolls know that the live streams become more popular and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, I won't go any farther in the Christianity rant because I heard someone say, "Can we just talk about Bachelor?" Let's do two things. Let's not tell me what to do, but let's gently encourage different conversations because if I'm talking about ants and someone's like, "Can you not talk about ants?" I'm going to change my YouTube channel to an ants channel where I just talk about ants. Real ants, the movie Ants, Ant-Man. I'm going to talk about ant farms. I'm going to be literally owning an ant farm co-op. I'm just going to have a live stream of ant farms. So the point being is just like, let's not tell others what to do. Let's just encourage the conversation we want to have here. I get a little triggered when someone says, don't do this or do that. Thank you for all the kind comments. Again, I know I'm responding to just a tiny bit of the batch here. Natalie says, "Dave, don't let people derail you. How dare you tell me not to let..." No, I'm just kidding, Natalie. I'm happy, by the way. You know what? You know what though? I had a C4. C4 is like an energy drink. So I'm a little energetic right now. So I can't get to all your chats, but I did see Kim had a super chat. Thank you so much, Kim, for a $10 super chat. Oh, we're gonna crush the live stream tonight with all these super chats. I went to Aldi yesterday, and Aldi has some pretty good. Let me tell you something. I've never been as cheese rich as I am right now. If you come into my fridge right now, if there was some weird game show where they're like, "Quick, if you have 10 pounds of cheese, you win a car," then I have a new car. I have so much cheese in my car, I have so much cheese in my fridge, and I got it all at Aldi's. But here's what happens. This is when two Tauruses marry. My wife and I will literally go into different sections of the supermarket and then put things in the cart, not realizing it, and we both went to the cheese aisle separately, which is totally fine. And by the way, Courtney Henley, it's all good. I was. There's no hate here. Sometimes I read people's comments way late. Like I'm probably reading yours 10 minutes after you left it. So I just go on rants, and there's no. I truly don't mean to offend. I truly don't mean to offend anyone who's here to have fun and all that. So, I see someone's tiny little name in their thing, and I'm not personally attacking anybody here. Not to say that you felt I was. I'm just, now I feel guilty. See, I was raised Catholic. I feel guilty. All right. Point is that I've got some potato skins. So they're pre-made. Now, I don't mind making potato skins, but sometimes the effort that goes into making potato skins negates the feeling of actually eating them. So these are pre-made potato skins. I'm going to put as soon as we're done here in 3 minutes, I'm going to put the potato skins in the oven, set the timer, and I'm just going to eat potato skins for 3 hours. That's what I'm going to do. I've been saving myself for potato skins. Mama 3 Boy says, "Dave, you're still getting yelled at by Christians. Get your shit together." Yes. Dave Neal. Wait, what was the phrase someone said? Dave Neal needs Jesus. I really think that should be a merchandise shirt. Anyway, yeah, Sarah, Christians should be the most mad about the hypocrites in the church, right? It should be the Hey, I have an uncle who's a Catholic priest. Do you know how religious your family has to be to have family members that are ordained, not ordained, that are Catholic priests? He studied in Opus Dei. You know what I mean? Like, he knows shit. I know more than, I'm not just some random person who's like, hey, he's an atheist. Actually, we're not doing voicemails before the show. So we'll do voicemails tonight after the show, and we'll do a lot of voicemails. Oh, Angel with a $10 super chat. Dave Neal for pastor, president. Very nice. Dave Neal needs Jesus. That's right. And by the way, Jesus wouldn't stand for a lot of the stuff that's going down in our country right now. I just want everyone to know that. I hate to say it, but Jesus was a socialist, and I'll fight you on that one. I'm not. I'm probably, I would consider myself an independent. So anyway, I think I'm pretty far behind on the chat, and I can't, it's too bad. Oh yeah, I'm so far behind. So sorry guys, I missed a lot of comments, but hey, that's what happens when we go off the rails. Speaking of Ohio, trains weren't regulated. Okay. Trisha says, can your priest uncle come into the chat? No. I would not subject him to the sort of the conditions of a live stream. No, that's not going to happen. I just didn't mean like ordained, because I thought of ordained like minister. You get the point. Anyway, we've got, let's see, we're down to our final 4 minutes, but we are going to get out of here in a minute. B. Bean says, did I miss my calling as a Catholic priest? No. I didn't miss my calling. I'm happy where I am right now. Leah says, you've never heard the term, gotta risk it for the biscuit? No, I haven't. And if you don't mind, I think of biscuit isn't that slang for a female anatomy? It is. I mean, I could be wrong, but all I can think of is, a nice warm biscuit. Okay. I'm excited for tonight, and we are going to get out of here right this second. So thank you guys all so much. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, there is a link in the comment section that is pinned. You can go to linktree.com/Dave Neal to check out my podcast, but I would very much appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to the podcast. Tomorrow, I am going to have some of your voicemails. I'm going to have a completely unique recap show that is unlike anything you're going to get on YouTube. That'll be tomorrow, just on Bachelor Rush Hour. All right, folks, we're going to do a hard exit right now. No post-show music or any of that jazz. I got potato skins to eat. All right, Biscuit Dave is out of here. We'll see you on the after show, and don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff so you're alerted to it. A link in the comment section, linktree.com/Dave Neal, also will get you access to the Discord, which is where everyone's going to be chatting during the show and all that. You can go find that by clicking linktree.com/Dave Neal, or you can go to Dave Neal's community on Facebook, which is also on the Linktree, and that'll also tell you how to get to the Discord. Okay, do we get in there? All right, I'll see all my biscuits later. Dave Neal out.